Gonna have to do something after. But it ain't penance. Confessions at 7 on Wild 94.1.
All right, this morning's confession comes from Girl Power with a question mark. It says, "Hey, Freak Show. Good morning. I truly enjoy listening to you guys on my way to work every single morning, so keep up the great job. However, I am going through a tough time, and I wanted to share it. Last November, my relationship hit a rough patch, and I was working a full-time job and trying to launch my own business, which took up a lot of my time, and it created a lot of tension with my boyfriend. We argued constantly. I felt like he was making it difficult for me to do my dream. I confided in my women's empowerment and entrepreneur group that I'm in, and they were very supportive but also really firm. They told me that I need to prioritize myself and my dream, focus on my goals, and never beg a man for anything. They made my ex sound like he was holding me back from my ultimate goal. Honestly, I was already struggling with the relationship, and their advice pushed me over the edge. Against my better judgment and my gut feeling, I did break up with him because I was trying to achieve my goal. However, my business right now is booming. I'm doing wonderfully as far as the launch, but here's my issue. I just found out that one of the women in my empowerment group, the one who was actually the loudest about him being no good for me because of my plan, is now dating my ex. Not only am I heartbroken over this breakup that I didn't really want to happen, but I'm also feeling completely played. I feel like I was manipulated into ending things only to have her swoop in and take him. I'm super confused, but I'm also hurt. I trusted her as I trust the entire group and the advice of my friends. Girl Power with a question mark.
Oh my God, this is dirty. This is really bad.
And it's expected, though.
It sounds like the relationship wasn't working anyway, though, from what she said. She's heartbroken over it.
Don't they tell you, ladies, don't be telling other broads your business because they out there shopping?
Yeah, you're not supposed
They looking
to.
at what you got and want it. You don't, female empowerment groups and blah, blah, blah. That's just a whole bunch of people that are telling you your business. And they in there trying to get, I wouldn't trust you.
I don't feel bad for you. That's what your dumb ass get for listening to them. That's true.
No, okay. So let's be nice.
I'm being
This might be the new lady that owned the new Spanx.
I'm sorry.
Or
Okay.
something, and you out here trying to call her dummy.
Okay. Well, let me be real.
That's dirty on both of their sides.
When you ask people for advice and you take their advice, don't be mad when you get the consequences of that advice afterwards.
The thing is, you want to make sure that people's intentions are right, and so you never know. So that's why they say keep your hand close.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be showing everybody your cards. If you are complaining, there's always a fact that I've always heard. If you're complaining to people, people are assessing your problems might be big to you, but not be bigger than theirs. So they're like, hell, I could get with him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would deal with that. Like,
he wants
they're
more
basically
time, more attention.
like the stuff that you think that is too much, they could deal with. So they're looking at your guy like he's a come up from what they got. Even though you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't trust people like that.
It's true, but you have to look at the positives of what you got out of it. Your business is booming. You're doing well. And it does sound like he was holding you back. And you know what? If you were that easily persuaded to get rid of him because of your friends, then you really didn't like him that much.
When I see them together, I'm probably going to fight somebody.
What?
Okay. All right.
You gonna
Mary.
fight them?
I'm gonna start a fight.
But you let them go. Like, yo, that was your decision.
I let him go
No.
because of circumstances. She's nasty, and for him to intentionally, now they're both together. I was talking to him about this women's empowerment group. He knows about her. They did this. That's dirty.
You shouldn't have broke up with him then.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. You shouldn't have. And if you were that easily persuaded, you didn't like him.
I'm taking off my earrings. We're probably gonna fight.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I've never heard you like this before.
Yeah, that would
It's a
get me
little
real
sassy.
heated.
I do. I remember real quickly. I remember when I was married, and I remember that when I was still doing Club Sky, and I knew a person who was giving me a lot to be really vocal about because I was confiding in this person. Like, we would be there before the club opened, so I would be arguing, come in, like, what's wrong? I would tell him. And then I noticed that he was like always liking her pictures.
Ooh.
And he was always, and I was just like, man. And then I remembered that somebody was trying to holler at me at the club, and I was saying no. And then when I got in an argument with my ex one day, she mentioned it, and I was like, and a light went off. I was like, this dude,
he's trying,
is like pillow talking.
Uh-huh.
And so I immediately had to shut that down, and he kept trying to pilfer information from me, and I wasn't playing along
You were
anymore.
giving him the bullets
because I was giving him the ammunition and he was feeding the block basically.
Yeah.
And I had to stop because I realized I was feeding a monster.
It can happen to anybody, but now you're more aware of the situation. I would never ever talk to that chick again or even hang out with anybody that's associated with her, unfortunately.
Why would you want that though? Like, if your man is gonna be with your friend after that, or somebody that you know after that, would you really want to be with them? Yeah.
I mean, listen, 888-429-0941. Can you trust them hoes? I'm sorry. Those pros. Can you trust them? All right, next.
Like the way she works.
Freak Show, Wild 94.1 Bay's Party Station, taking all of your. Oh Lord. Okay, there we go. That was her screaming because she want her man back, I guess. All right, so we got calls and texts coming in. One out of the 813 says a good man is hard to come across nowadays. So even if they are in a relationship, women will try and get at him. You shouldn't have been so quick to get rid of him and listen to the opinion of other women who are probably single.
Yeah. Yes, people get jealous of others. Out of the 407, question we got to ask is that if the new girl knows that's her ex, and should she confront the new girl and say that's the guy who messed with her? Maybe she doesn't know. There's no way she doesn't know.
Oh, she absolutely knows.
But if
there's pictures of them online. I mean, come on now. They're
she
together.
has to know because she was asking them for advice, and she was one of the ones that told them to break up, right?
Yeah.
So she has to know.
Nasty work. All right, let's see here. This says that means that chick has been eyeing her man. That was not a true friend or a true power girl. That's from Erica.
And that's so shameful, too, because there's other women that are so uplifting and supportive, and then look what happened.
Let's see. Chris in South Carolina. Hey, what up?
What's going on, freak?
What you thinking, man?
I feel bad for the confessioner, but she just fell for the oldest trick in the book, Betty Wright sang a song about the clean-up woman.
Yeah.
She just made it easy for somebody else. Swoop on in and get her man.
Boy, you better quote Betty Wright. Boy, see, look at that. Sweet. But look, come on in, Miss Betty.
Yeah. Hey, that's all I got to say this morning, man. Y'all have a good day.
Hey, you too, fam. I mean, that's true. I mean, that's listen, the cleanup woman, you can't trust her.
Yeah.
No,
She's going to come through.
What's this song he was talking about?
Betty Wright. Oh, Betty Wright, the cleanup woman?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, see, I mean, that's just them old R&B songs will tell you something. All right, Ralph is on the line. Ralph, what up?
Friends, how many of us have them? But she need to go ahead and cut that heifer loose. Cut her out of her damn friends group. She a snake in the grass, and she done showed her true colors.
Well, and she said, what is it, an empowerment support group or whatever? So you probably need to get rid of all of them.
Yep, because they can't be trusted.
Right. Now, but now also, I mean, Ralph, you are pretty much like, a sobriety call for us a lot of times, and you got to say that she's also has to stop telling her information because that's almost as an egregious of a crime. Like, if you giving all of your little trade secrets to these girls, they pretty much assessing if they could get in there and find a way to weasel in.
Yep.
Exactly. That's like any snake in the grass. That's what they're going to do. So she needs to learn to bite her tongue, cut that heifer loose, and be happy she got rid of that man. If life is better now without him, she did great doing that.
Yeah.
But you can't trust them hoes.
Yeah. Somebody texted out at 813, it is easier to find a man than to find a business.
Boom.
So you got your business part. Now just find a partner that falls in.
He'll be out there
Exactly.
somewhere.
And find a man that's going to work with your business because apparently he wasn't. If he was already dragging you down, don't sweat him. Let that go.
Yeah, there you go. Familiarity is very, very fun. So I appreciate you, bro. That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Out of the 813, number one rule, never tell anyone all your business because everyone isn't your friend. Old girl gonna see these hands for real though.
Yeah, I can understand that. Out of the 407, my ex-wife split up our family listening to her girlfriends tell her that she needed to go out every single night with them and go to the club, but really they were just jealous of her the entire time.
Mm-hmm. They be plotting on the low. Telling you.
These hoes ain't loyal.
There are some good women and good friends out there. I will say that, but these girls are not it.
Richard, what up?
Hey, man, tell her, what's her phone number? I'll call her and talk to her.
Okay, wait.
Tell her, listen, man, this is why big people can't get love. Because there's always people out there screwing it up for people like me.
So wait,
Me and you, Orlando.
So you just want to be there to help pick up the pieces.
I feel like this. Maybe it was on both sides. How you know he wasn't going back and talking to the friend of saying, look, the relationship ain't right, and then she going back and doing the same thing. So I feel like it's probably on both sides of the house.
Yeah, yeah, but and the lesson is still there though. Don't tell people your business. If you find something that's a good, if you find a treasure, don't tell people where your treasure is. That's it. That's it. Because somebody gonna somebody gonna dig it up.
That's just like if I hit the lottery. I ain't gonna tell y'all I won the lottery. I'm just gonna go to Tallahassee, pick up my money, and come back to work like nothing never happened.
Right. Yeah. You keep it on the low. You keep it out of the headlines. Yeah. I got you. And it makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. I appreciate it, Richard. Yeah. I mean, listen, everybody out there, I've always been told that you learn lessons from other people's failures. So if you hear this, assess your own crew and be like, listen, maybe I don't need to be telling my boys everything. Maybe I don't need to be telling my girls everything because this can end up your story. So,
well, you also can't get mad for self-inflicted wounds. That's what you get. You did it to yourself, girl.
Damn.
Sorry.
I mean, that's kind of cold, so I'm just going to hit the button.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
Wild VIP. If you loved that video, then you're going to want to check out more. Make sure you hit subscribe right below.